This is a sprouted seed, something that you eat as dal sprouts. And this, wait for it, wait. And this is a microgreen, something that you eat with the stem, leaves, basically everything above the soil. Each microgreen has a very specific taste to it. For example, methi microgreens are slightly bitter. Mustard microgreens are spicy. And if you taste a radish microgreen, it actually tastes like a mooli, a radish. Apart from adding some taste to your salads and toast, these microgreens have also been scientifically proven to have great health benefits. So today I'm going to talk about microgreens that you can grow from your Indian kitchen fuss-free, quickly and easily. I'm going to use two kinds of substrates. Here I have coco peat. This is dried coco peat. So we add water, and as it soaks in water, the second substrate we're using is the regular soil. This is about 1.5-inch deep plate. You can use such containers as well. If these containers have a drainage hole, that's great. But if it doesn't have a drainage hole, it's completely okay. The first microgreen we're going to try is mustard. This is the regular rye. We sprinkle it on the top of the soil and we bury that under about a centimeter or 2 centimeters of soil. Whenever the seeds are so small, such as here mustard, you don't have to bury them very deep. For the second microgreen, I'm going to use coco peat as a substrate. So here it has soaked in water, and let's try this with the moong dal. Since moong dal is bigger in size, we will need to keep these seeds at least an inch deep. We add water. And to keep your work desk or wherever you're keeping these microgreens clean, you can use a second container. So this will catch all the extra water, the leaking water, and your space will remain clean. And now we cover this up with a lid. If you have a lid, it's great. Why? Because here I had started microgreens of methi, and you see on the lid the moisture has collected. This will help you to reduce your effort. You don't have to water it every time. So here these methi microgreens, you can see that the seeds have sprouted, and we will open this lid only when the leaves start coming out. If you want, you can open in between as well, just to understand what is going on. But a good time to open this lid is about 3 to 4 days from starting your microgreens. Methi is something that starts very quickly, it germinates very quickly. But let's say if you're growing any kind of pulses for microgreens, they would take longer. So basically, the bigger the seed, the longer it will take. The fastest are the mustard. Here also you can see I used a lid. So I opened this lid once the stem came out. And one problem, here you can see there is some grass also coming up. When you use regular soil, you might see grass growing. This is normal grass that grows outdoors, because this soil might have had the spores, the seeds of grass. So you will have to pluck this out. If you have children, I highly recommend trying microgreens. They're very easy, they're quick. You can actually show them how the roots grow out, how the seeds germinate, and the stem comes out, the leaves come out. So I think transparent boxes are a great idea. Now, once they have germinated, then you wait for 2 to 3 days. Meaning when you see the first set of leaves coming out, wait for 2 to 3 days so they gather all the nutrients that we are interested in. And then you harvest them. Here I have a microgreen which is almost ready. This is black chickpea or kala chana. And if you notice that from one stem, another stem is coming out. For dals, this is the perfect time to harvest them. For the spices ones, for example, here I have the mustard microgreen. This is the right time. These are cotyledonal leaves. They will hold the real nutrients that we are interested in and the taste that we would like. Once you harvest them, you cannot use them again because they're not going to grow back. That is why I feel that growing your microgreens from the kitchen is better, because it's more economical. These are spices and lentils that you have easy access to, compared to, for example, radish microgreen or amaranthus microgreen. In that case, you'll have to buy commercial seeds. Now, microgreens that can be grown from your kitchen, there are a bunch of them. Lentils or pulses such as rajma, lobia, chickpea, the black chickpea, kala chana, and spices. For example, fenugreek, which is methi, mustard, the Indian mustard, black rye, and you can also use grains such as wheat. So here I have a wheatgrass microgreen. I did say that once you cut them, you cannot use them again, but not in the case of wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is also considered a superfood. What are superfoods? These are a category of foods that are known to have exceptional amount of nutrition or nutrients in them. And wheatgrass is such that, let's say today we cut it for the first time. You can let this grow. In 2 to 3 days, it will grow back to this size. You cut it. This is the second harvest. You wait for the third harvest. After that, you shouldn't use it. So this is good for 2 to 3 harvests. Why we don't use it after the third harvest? Because drastically, and the nutrients that we're interested in will also reduce by then. One problem here you can see on my wheatgrass is fungus. A patch of fungus is growing. This happens when the humidity is too high. Here in this plate there is no drainage hole, because of which the water does not leak out. So be very careful that there's no standing water, the fungus will grow. You can use this wheatgrass still, it's alright, but if you see that this fungus is growing on the seeds, then do not use it. Start a new batch. Now, it might so happen that the seeds don't germinate. In that case, it's not your mistake. When you use them in your spices in your kitchen, they absorb moisture and over time they lose their fertility. So start with a new batch of seeds and you might have better results or greater success. The third problem that people face, when the seeds germinate, they try and look for light. If they don't get enough light, they become leggy and eventually they become weaker and they fall on the soil. This is basically a sign that your plant is looking for more light. You cannot grow microgreens in low light conditions. At least something like this space is required, and still if they're becoming like what you see here, shift them to direct sunlight. And every 7 to 14 days you'll have a new batch of microgreens ready. The steps that I'm sharing today applies to most of the microgreens, be it the ones you commercially buy, the seeds where you buy commercially, or you get them from your kitchen. The method remains the same. Just a note, remember that do not try this with all kind of edible seeds. It's not like any seed can be grown into microgreen. Especially don't use for potato. There's nothing as potato microgreens. Those leaves are actually not edible. Don't do that. And I will try and make a list of these do not grow microgreen seeds that you might find in your kitchen and you think that I can try with this as well under this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below in the comment section if this is simple, if this is something that you want to try. I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.